Hey everyone, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Amber.
And we're
Witches Talking Tarot. And today we are talking about cleansing, both physically and spiritually, and how the two can be combined. Or maybe I shouldn't say spiritually, both physically and magically, as well as spiritually, and the way that you can magically clean along with your physical cleaning. And, you know, we kind of... With it, we're moving into that springtime. We're not there quite yet, but we're moving into springtime. And it's time for that spring cleaning that a lot of us like to engage in, or at least TV talks about.
Well, a lot of people also do it, myself included, for the new year. You know, preparing for the new year. So, spring cleaning and spring cleansing going hand in hand. Amber wanted to mention something called what?
Saining, that is the, Saining is the Celtic practice of using smoke from burning herbs to cleanse spiritually.
Right. I believe Amber, mugwort was a big one you said, right?
Yeah, they use mugwort, and I'm going to guess that other herbs, mugwort's the only one that sticks with me because it's my favorite herb to use. I do it with mugwort and wormwood predominantly, personally. Not together, necessarily. I am drawn to mugwort and wormwood. Those are, I have wormwood growing in my backyard, actually.
I'm not going to lie, I love the scent of, first of all, I love the smell of burning cinnamon. I burnt cinnamon the other day, and I remember thinking, am I baking something? And I was like, oh shit, no, it's just cinnamon.
Yeah, I got some dark cinnamon incense sticks from Fox Farm. And
I also love lavender. Lavender's my favorite. But,
you know, on that realm of spring cleaning, you know, this is the time of year that people do a lot of deep cleaning in their house. Like I'm just talking regular cleaning. I'm not even talking magically. I'm not talking spiritually. Just a time for doing like some deep cleaning. Like, one year, I scrubbed the walls. Literally.
Oh, really? Did you use essential oils, or were you just...
I used Pine Sol because as a hedge witch, I do like to incorporate magical stuff where I can. And pine oil is, it's good for protection and purification. So literally washed my walls with protection and purification.
Right.
And we'd lived here for a couple of years, so like... We've got dogs, we've got kids.
Yeah, cleaning is always good.
Yeah. So like literally, I was like climbing on things because I'm rather short. So like to get to the top of the walls, because like I went as high as I could and I scrubbed everything that I could just to get that real deep cleaning in because, you know, in the act of cleaning physically, we can also be changing the energy in our home.
That's what I do. I consider myself a house witch or a kitchen witch, so a lot of my magic stems from the home and hearth. So when I deep clean, and I mean deep clean, I don't do it all the time. I probably should do it a lot more than I do.
I only deep clean every so often because the amount of effort and energy that goes into it.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry.
It's that late afternoon thing, you know.
But anyway, when I dust or get rid of cobwebs, you know, dust and cobwebs collect negative energy. They're almost like a, for lack of the better word, please forgive me, but it's like a magnet or dream catcher effect.
I was thinking like a dream catcher.
Like a dream catcher effect.
Like I pictured like... Yes, I love that.
So when you remove the cobwebs, which I really need to do, because I've been finding them. My husband's like, damn, the cobwebs are coming. I'm like, damn, I gotta clean those. But anyway,
you had spider friends keeping you happy.
Right, exactly. The thing is, though, brown recluse are really lazy. So they will find their home in the negativity because they're so shitty. Yeah, they're like, oh, I love the negativity. Yes. So
it's a good way to think about it to make you actually act.
Yes. Yeah. At least that's what my mom tells me. So I will. It's like physically removing the grime and the negativity. Not saying your house is like super gross.
I got you.
And you know, mopping the floors. You can add essential oils
Yes,
too. Or like you
absolutely.
said, pine saw.
Yes.
Pine is protective, right?
And they have, there's the Orange Glow Cleaner that
I love
already has
Orange Glow.
orange in it. And you mentioned orange
Strength
for, yes,
and courage
and bringing in that like sunlight, that sunny healing
that would be
energy.
a good time for like Yule.
Oh, yeah.
I would,
oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
I
for
mean,
Yule.
yeah, I've got orange oil in multiple of my Yule scents. Yeah.
And I mean, you can create your own, you know, as well. Like we had discussed, I create my own cleaners at times with vinegar, herbs, and essential oils.
I know it's a bad word, but during COVID, when you couldn't find anything anywhere, I made my own cleaner with, you know, different essential oils. Like I put in orange and grapefruit for their astringent effects and for their antibacterial. Like I put in everything that I owned that had antibacterial, antimicrobial, or antifungal properties. So it wasn't necessarily for its smell. It was for its killer effect.
Did it smell bad?
You know? It didn't smell bad. It just like... It was definitely not this was created to smell good kind of thing. Like some of the smells don't really go together. So it's like orange and basil. I don't know.
They could.
But like, they could, but when you have all of these things, like, because I had rosemary, I had oregano, I had everything I have that promotes any kind of antimicrobial, antibacterial, or antifungal property, just because like you couldn't get Lysol or anything like that in the store for a little while. And so I was just like trying to come up with an all-purpose like surface cleaner to fill the void. You know what I mean?
So when I make my cleaners, I try to
for a
stick to
specialized one. I would stick to a
just
specific
one. Yeah,
theme.
I do orange, and I put orange peel and orange oil in that, and then I actually sold them for a while. I don't know if you remember.
I do remember that. That was a while ago.
I know.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to bring them back. I was selling them as spiritual sprays, which they can be used for. Hell, I mean, vinegar is very cleansing. I think it's very cleansing in Southern America, Southern North America, magical traditions.
Not a fan of vinegar.
Not everybody is. I love the scent of vinegar. You used alcohol, right?
Well, no.
Did you use alcohol?
Oh, in my in my cleaning thing, I actually used vodka.
Oh, okay.
But Corey, he has created for our kitchen a food-safe cleaning bottle, and it's vinegar and water, and I hate it.
I love vinegar.
I think it's gross.
Because you can also use the vinegar and then spray a little bit of baking soda down, get that vinegar, get that all bubbly. But my mother used vinegar growing up.
I might do that.
It works. Oh, yeah, it's people use it to clean their drains.
Oh my God, they'll probably take the like stain off the counter. I'm gonna try that. Plus, it'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly. But I use vinegar.
I just don't like the smell of vinegar, and it's funny because I love salt and vinegar potato chips, but the smell of vinegar.
Me too. I was gonna get some, and my husband was like, "It's not you, it's the baby." I was like, "No,
it would totally be me." Like, my dad will get me a bag of salt and vinegar potato chips and be like, "Here you go," and I'm like, I can't do a whole bag anymore, but some of my kids like them, so
I do. I love them. I will get sores on my tongue
from eating too many. Yes, same. Yeah, like just too much. But otherwise, and maybe it's because I've eaten so many salt and vinegar potato chips, I just do not like the smell of vinegar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the smell.
You know what? We're talking about vinegar, and and flavored vinegar, and I guess I don't know if this is off topic or not, but it's kind of kitchen witchcraft tip that I was thinking. You can infuse vinegar and put it in your food.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love vinegar and chicken.
Yeah, that's called, oxymel is when you do the vinegar thing and the honey thing together, but what's the vinegar thing on its own called? I know the honey thing's an electuary, and when you put them together, it's an oxymel. Can you remember what the
I cannot remember. I know how to do them, but I don't know the names. Like, I can do a concoction.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I know what it is. You know, like I don't put the names.
And you can make them for like both their flavor and their health properties all in the same one fell swoop.
Like there's that what is it? Is it fire cider? Which is apple cider vinegar and
it's got like, does that cayenne?
Cayenne, ginger, onion. It is fucking disgusting, but it's good for you. Like, I mean, but anyway.
Yeah. My best friend Ashley's stepdad, like when she was real sick once, he was Native American, and he made her up this drink.
Oh God.
I was so glad I wasn't sick.
I went to
and
a
I
friend.
didn't have to drink it because I would have had to.
It was bad. So a way to take away the burn.
rough.
Oh, it is. A way to take away the burn and the bite of that is to add it to a shot of elderberry, and the sweetness of the elderberry kind of tames the burn. And the
well, I was
vinegar.
thinking if you made it into an oxymel where you have a honey electuary, that, you know, like you could have a honey and cinnamon electuary or a honey and something that's infused in the honey or just plain honey, and it could take the bite out of it too, couldn't it? Wouldn't you think? I'm asking.
I would think so, but the reality is like fire cider is just full of good ingredients, but not good together, like ginger and onion and garlic and
honestly,
rosemary.
this sounds delicious.
Maybe it's
the quantity, perhaps.
The cayenne makes it spicy. It's not good. Please,
yeah,
please, it's not.
Like I'm just saying, like I do feel like onion and ginger, and you said something else. I feel like garlic. I very much go together in like Asian food. Very good.
Yes.
So that's why I'm like, it sounds good. But I bet it's like probably like a whole like million heads of onions and a million heads of garlic.
Oh,
yeah. And it's just like, it will kill anything in you that's not human.
Yeah. Yeah. But on the topic of cleansing and food, I guess now would be, or like the time, like spring cleaning would even be a good time to do like a body cleanse, like a
cleanse. Okay. Yeah.
Or like a tea.
Well, and I was thinking of cleansing your body outside and in. So like a bath, like cleansing baths as well.
Ritual
like
bath.
Treat yourself the way you treat your space. Your body is a temple.
How I would go about doing this and how I personally do.
Because I usually do that at the New Year's. So
right.
And I did it at Samhain.
So when I cleanse my house.
I can do that.
Right. When I cleanse my whole house, I do the whole house cleansing, go through, and I either, spray or do the spiritual. I do the physical cleansing, then I do the spiritual cleansing, and then I cleanse myself in the shower, because I feel like, personally, after getting all that grime off, it may not be attached to you, but I just feels spiritual.
No, I'm with you 1,000,000%, to the point that like my mom taught me the way of cleaning your shower. Like you clean the bathroom last, right? So like you clean everywhere else, then you clean the bathroom last, you do your shower the very last. While you're cleaning yourself, you clean the shower.
Really? I've never heard of that.
It is not a magical thing. It is a economic and whatever thing, but it makes a lot of sense magically as well. You clean all the other spaces, and then you clean the place
and
where
then
you
it all
clean
goes down
yourself,
the drain.
and you clean yourself at the same time. Yeah.
What I've started doing was working from the back to the front, and then leaving either my window open in the front, like the foyer, or the door open. I don't like working front to back, because I feel like that's welcoming versus back to front, and that's like shooing out. Things out. Not everybody sees it that way, but that
makes perfect sense.
My thought process. Yeah. So I'll probably do the bathroom, because that's in the back, and then the utility room and my bedroom, and that pushes everything sort of into the kitchen. And then,
so when I am speaking strictly of physical cleansing, because when I do Saining, I start at the back, and I do it in I meant to look up, I'm pretty sure it's clockwise that is inviting in, and then counterclockwise is pushing negativity out, and I try to do that in that way. I will do a clockwise inviting things in, and then a counterclockwise telling things to go the fuck out. In spiritual cleansings. With my physical cleansing, like when it like actually cleaning my space, I really am that's where a lot of my hedge witchy stuff comes out. Like my hedge witch, my personal, like me as a hedge witch, comes out really in the fact that I like research all these different paths and all this different stuff and incorporate everything that I learn. But also in the fact that I try to do a twofer in a lot of things. So like I will throw some black salt in my wash water. And
water, what do you mean?
Like
for the dishes, or for like
like for scrubbing, like I will old school clean. So I will get like a bucket of water and a rag or a brush, and you know, obviously you have to change the water out as it gets dirty. But like when it comes to like scrubbing the walls, or because like the door jambs get dirty,
it doesn't stain, does it? The black salt.
I mean, I just put a little bit in there for the intention, you know what I mean, along with my pine water, because I always use pine
you are
salt,
so right. Like, I was noticing, not to point at yours, nobody can see it, I was noticing on mine, before we moved in, I scrubbed our door, it was yellow. I mean, like, because I'm sure nobody's ever done it.
Right, yeah.
You know?
We do ours, like, every couple months, maybe less than that.
Yeah,
I would like to say it's more than once a year, but I don't know if it is.
Yeah, no,
But like you notice that like you'll see a handprint all of a sudden, and it's like because somebody grabbed the door with a dirty hand,
right?
And like maybe it wasn't even a dirty hand; it was like they had coffee on their hand, and after like 3 months, enough dirt stuck to all the coffee, and now you see a handprint.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like you don't think about these things, but it's just like spiritual stuff. You don't think about all the little stuff that piles up on you.
Well,
I hope you couldn't hear that on my microphone. I forgot. I was like picking at, you know, like, because like think about it. In the same way, spiritually, we have all these little things that build up, all these little pockets of negativity. In Russia, they have a house spirit called a domovoi. I like to call mine my boy domovoi now that I know about them, and I love the idea, and I'm going to do a painting called my boy domovoi. But anyway, a domovoi is a house spirit, and they're like a happy household. So your domovoi is not happy if like everybody in the house is fighting and they're not getting along, or if like the husband's abusive and you know things like that.
Kids are bratty.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Just it's an unhappy situation, right? But if it's a happy household, the domovoi is happy.
I wonder what do they look like?
They're like little creature men, and I guess we'll have to I'll find a picture of a domovoi for our Instagram for this episode.
Oh, right, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because the bathroom version is called a bartok. He's not a bathroom version. He's the bathhouse in Russia. But they're house spirits that, I mean, from what I read, it's like they're good, they can be bad.
They're rowdy, they're spirits.
Well,
you know?
It's not so much they're rowdy, it's they feed off the energy in these places. They are also used for divination, at least the Bartok was in the story that I listened to. Because I found this podcast called Mythos, and she does stories based on mythology. So she doesn't tell you the mythology straight out, but she gives you a story, right? So like you get the energy of what those things are about, but it doesn't like spell out for you. And I haven't fully looked into domovois and Bartoks all the way after that. Wait, is it Bartok or Bannock? Damn it, it's a Bannock, because Bartok, isn't he the bat from Anastasia?
Oh shit, I don't know, maybe.
Like I
haven't seen that movie in forever.
I'm pretty sure it's not a Bartok. I'm pretty sure it's a Bannock. And I'm pretty sure Bartok is the bat from Anastasia. And since I learned about domovois and Bannocks, I have gotten Bannock and Bartok fucked up in my head.
I got distracted.
Anyway,
no, it's okay. I got
house spirits. That's what I was like. So I mentioned house spirits because of, like just that whole like cleaning the space. Because if you believe in house spirits, then you would, for them, all these little layers of dust hold that energy as well, and you would want to clean that out to help make them happy if you believe in house spirits. That was the whole point of my long ass thing. But who knows what a fucking domovoi is if you don't follow a Slavic path? So, I had to explain domovoi.
So my thought, like what people need to realize, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure they do. Everybody attracts negative energy, whether it's on purpose or not. I mean, everybody has shitty days. Yeah. And I'm sure some people, people don't think,
even if it's not, like, even if they don't have a shitty day, some days, some time periods of the moon and the sun just hold shitty energy.
Exactly.
That will shower the things in its presence, whether you feel it or not.
And a good way to physically see that is like, I just course I just see dust and negativity, and like they go hand in hand, and it's just, but there are many other ways you can cleanse your house as well.
Yeah.
There are bells.
Yes.
I believe that's I don't know what practice. I don't know where I think it's just a little
Where
bit of
it originates, I don't know. I'm gonna guess that bells, because bells, gongs, chimes,
right? I was
singing bowls,
those were
singing people, chanting. That's one of those sound. No matter which kind it is, I would say goes across the different. It's one of those we are all connected.
I mean, there's
all
throat
believe.
singing.
Exactly. And I mean, just like think about in meditation a lot to clear your mind. You do or
right.
other
That is
noises
not stereotypical at all. Like Bryson, my husband had studied Buddhism for a while, and the different vibrations of the sounds. There's and then there's Mahdi something or another. I don't know much, but each and the vibrations hold different meanings. So is actually, I believe, the cleansing one. I do think that is the one that it's either cleansing or protective. I can't remember. So there have been a few times where I've done cleansings on my house and just played in the background. It's one of those. It's just like,
as a 90s person, I cannot say there were not times where I sat there and went,
Are you serious? My husband did that when he was practicing Buddhism very, very intensely. There's a story I'll never forget. He sat there and he did Almighty something and the cat would be like, meow. He'd be like, and the cat would be like, meow, right after he stopped.
Oh my fucking God, he was speaking to the cat.
Yeah, the cat's like, where are you?
Was the cat doing this? They have like the lucky paw.
I don't know what the cat was thinking, but every time he said the cat would just meow right back. It was so funny.
Shit. Oh my God, I love that so much.
But there's also clapping. So if you don't have any spray or any herbs that you can burn, you can always clap.
Yep.
You can always sing.
Chant. You can say, like, I'm a very firm believer in speaking aloud your intentions.
Yes.
You know this from our conversations.
Yes.
You guys will learn this. But for my path and from my studies, I'm firmly a believer in speaking aloud what it is. And so from that standpoint, I have gone through my house with just salt and said what the fuck I wanted. You know what I mean?
One of my favorites.
Or without salt. Like, let's be clear. I'm a powerful bitch. I don't need no salt. I am earth. I am air. I am fire. I am water. I am spirit.
One of my favorite...
I am a spell unto myself.
I don't know if it's a chant or what you would call it, but one of my favorites is negative energy. You cannot stay. And then I'm like, shoo, be on your way. It's so kind of dorky, but it's one of my favorites. I love it. I say it all the time.
Hey.
And I'm like really into
it.
Shoo, be on your way.
Yeah. Well, and I'm a firm believer in the rhyming as well. Like, I see things that say spells don't have to rhyme, and it's like, well, I have read otherwise, and it makes sense to me what I read from the standpoint of things that rhyme are easier to remember, therefore they are easier to state by rote, where you can say it from memory. I once wrote a spell and recited it that same night, and the individuals that were privy were like, dude, she just said that from memory. Like, they each had a slip of paper so they could memorize it, and they had my spell book that I had written it down in, because it was my daughter and her friends, so I trust it. I let my daughter touch my spell book. And they were like, dude, she just said everything that's on this paper. She hasn't had this book like the whole time. And it's just because I wrote a rhyming spell, so it, just like a poem, it flows, it sticks, it has a thing.
My spells never rhyme, simply for the fact that I want to be as specific as possible. Which means I want to say everything word for word that I want, because
I do
I think every witch has been through a phase where they didn't say what they wanted. Exactly what they wanted. And for example, and I'm going to share this, when I was trying to get pregnant with my son, I did a spell, didn't say exactly what I wanted, and my sister got pregnant. So, yeah, I believe I had said, I'll bring a baby into my life, into my son and I. And it did!
Yeah,
my sister got, and I told her that, and she was like, you bitch.
Fucking bitch.
Right, and then I did it again, and I fixed it, and then I got pregnant with my son 3 months later. So, that is a situation where I want to be very specific. And I'm sure you can while rhyming.
With rhyming,
I'm just not...
it takes more time. It does. It takes time to come up with exactly what you want to say and making it rhyme. But again, like there are certain things that in my studies I've come across, and when it resonates, and that's all there is. Like, when it resonates, it resonates. And that's what it is. But, so even just speaking aloud is the point of that. And like, in addition to clapping or using bells or clang, you can, if you're trying to get rid of something, you could clang pots and pans.
Oh my God, that's a practice, 100%. Yeah. I think that's an Asian practice. I may be wrong. But I may be wrong, so I apologize. But yeah, absolutely. I didn't get no sleep because of you. You didn't get no sleep. Yeah, like, for sure though, like the banging pots and pans, get the hell out of here.
Right. And always have a window or a doorway open when you're doing that. When you are cleaning to get things out. Have a place for them to go. Outside.
It can be just one window. You know, some people, I know some people who open every cabinet and every drawer. I don't do that. Do you do that? I do not do that. I do it every once in a while.
I mean, if I am deep cleaning my kitchen where I'm emptying out the drawers and wiping them all down, then I guess from that standpoint, yes. But at the same, like, just not like if I'm saining the house, do I go through and first, no, fuck no. I make sure there's like a door or a window open.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I'm like,
ain't nobody got time for that.
I got a fireplace.
I'm a practical witch.
Sometimes if I know the flue's open, I just open
That's not a bad idea.
Fireplace.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Just
get your ass out that way, and I ain't losing any heat and money.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So one of my favorites is the sprays as well. Like, people are selling a lot. They're everywhere. They're absolutely, I think I was just at TJ Maxx and they had some there as well. You know, I personally enjoy those, especially if I don't have any herbs to burn, or they're great for if you live in an apartment.
Right. Yeah. No. That's exactly.
And there are different intention sprays. You know, there are sage sprays.
Like, if you work on the road a lot and you want to be able
quick spray, right.
Quick grounding, quick cleansing, quick protection.
And it smells good. Yeah. The perfume.
Like, honestly, like my husband, I have him drive with a vial of my protection oil in his car.
Really? Yeah. I do love sprays. There's so many intentions. And one of the things also that you can do is simmer pots. We didn't talk about that yet.
Yes. You can put whatever you want in there, like.
And while you're cleaning, then the spiritual cleansing is going as well.
Yes.
Because you can add...
And it makes your house smell nice in the process.
Exactly. And if you add things like cinnamon and star anise, not that big a fan of star anise, not going to lie. Tastes like licorice. Ugh. But a lot of people like it. Yeah. Allspice, those herbs or spices invite financial success.
Oh, nice.
Those spices are very good for prosperity. You know, there's the oranges, of course, which is light, lavender, love and light. Like, you can just add a little bit of everything. You want to add rosemary for protection. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can just
for sure. Like, if I'm going to do a simmer pot, I'm definitely going to have orange peel and cinnamon in it 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
If I have dried elderberries on hand, I think I'm going to put that in there.
Really?
Too.
What, if you don't mind me
Partly
asking?
for the smell, but also just for that health energy.
Yeah,
to go along with the orange peels and that sun
and it's really popular to do simmer pots during the spring cleaning anyway, whether people know
the end of winter.
Whether people know the spiritual aspect or not. I love the idea of the apples in them as well. Apples and cinnamon is so good.
Yeah, well, and I grew up, like, simmer pots were really big in the 90s. Like, you could buy, like, these little potpourri things you put in there. It's, like, already all together. But making your own is much more fun.
Oh, absolutely.
At the beginning of my practice, I did them a lot to just get energy in the house.
Well, and you can write, I've seen people writing their intentions on bay leaves and putting them in their simmer pots as well.
Bay leaves.
All sorts of, like, just...
Yeah. I mean, literally anything you want could go in the simmer pot. It doesn't have to be for something that smells good.
Right, it can smell really rank.
Yeah,
but it's like...
I mean, it's going to smell throughout your house. So you take
it's
that
like a
one
little
as
witch's
you will.
brew. A little witch's brew.
Yeah.
You know, but then you also think, like, well, some people drink tea and it's the most disgusting thing you've ever tasted, but for the spiritual aspect, you're like, I'm going to drink it.
Yeah.
It's like that with the simmer pot, but...
Right, and now I'm like, so I'd be putting some mugwort and wormwood in my simmer pot. I just love those two herbs. I love them so much. Yeah, but, so I love, as you know, because you've been in my home so many times, I have besoms all over the wall. I love besoms, otherwise known as witch's brooms. Yes. And they are smaller. They're not like full-sized ones. They're not meant for real cleaning. I have a witch's broom that's meant for real cleaning too. It's called the broom.
Yeah.
Well,
I love the cinnamon ones. You can buy cinnamon ones.
Yes,
and
I have one hanging in my bedroom. The cinnamon one.
The cinnamon ones.
And we have two in the living room that were gifted to me, and I decorate them seasonally.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So what you can do is take your broom and with a window open,
sweep out that energy.
While you're at it, get those cobwebs up there.
You can. You can.
You really can.
When we bought our house, the first thing that I did before objects were moved in or anything, a group of friends and we came over and we had a besom. Actually, I think we all had besoms. And we had a bottle of moon water. In a spray bottle, and we had salt for earth, and we had some kind of herb that we burned. I don't remember. I don't think it was mugwort, but I don't really remember off the top of my head. This was like 7 years ago. But we did an elemental cleansing, and we went through every room in the house, and by earth, air, fire, and water, cleansed the house of the old energy and brought in, prosperity and abundance and things like that. And we went clockwise through the house and just swept everything out through to the front door. It was really wonderful. I really enjoyed it. It was a lovely cleansing. And I really enjoyed using the besom in that manner. It really... Taking it, going through the air, you feel it push.
Oh, you feel
it. And there's just something magical about it.
Well, I guess we should do an entire episode on magical tools because some of them sound really... I hate to say it, but some of them sound really cringy, like the wand, or even like the broom. But then you actually use it, and it's like, this is not cringy, this is legit,
Yeah,
I mean,
wonderful.
to people who are not into witchcraft, they're like, you use a wand? Yes.
It's made of selenite.
Right, yes. Exactly. Mine has an amethyst on it, so try again.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, well, no, Corey, one of the things that I do love about my husband, because he does not walk this path. He walks his own path. He very much a science person.
Yes, I get that.
But he's he'll take me to the woods so that I can find a wand.
Oh,
of a certain kind of wood that I want, and he'll help me. And it's that's cool.
I love that.
Appreciate
that. What Bryson did yesterday was really funny. And also, we were both, I guess, on the same page. It was my birthday, so we lit birthday candles, and he sang to me, and I blew out my candles, and he's like, so mote it be.
Love it.
I know, I love that. And it's funny because I thought the same thing. Is that silly?
Bitch, get out of my... Well, no, it's not silly because I constantly, like, I will be thinking a thing and then Corey will say it and I'll look at him and I'll say, get the fuck out of my head.
The song. Have there been times where you guys have the same song stuck in your head and I'm like... Or I'll sing a song out loud and Bryson would be like, that song has been in my head all day. And I'm like...
Not so often, but we also don't listen to the same music at all. Like,
we do that all the time.
Right now, our biggest overlap is bluegrass.
Do you like bluegrass?
I do.
I do too. You should check out the Dead South.
Yes, I love them.
You
They're
do?
so great.
Yes, I love their
great.
song "In Hell I'll Be in Good Company."
That's what made me start listening to them.
Yes, they are so good, and
I really like.
they did a funny one. It was like a cousin something.
Yeah, I don't know. They're really good. I like them.
I do really like them, and they remade or they did their own version of "You Are My Sunshine," and it was very nice. And they also did one "People Are Strange."
Oh,
I love that song anyway. I sing it all the time.
I'm a somewhat Doors fan, so I'm not sure, but I would like to check that out because I kind of like that song and I kind of don't.
People are strange when you're a stranger. This is the content you get on our podcast. Right? I know that song, unfortunately. Well, I know the whole Lost Boys soundtrack. So we grew up listening.
Yeah.
So I do know that song very well.
Yeah.
And I love that they've used it for Morbius. I'm sorry, the new Marvel vampire movie coming out. This song in the trailer was "People Are Strange." And I love it because I was like, that's a throwback to the Lost Boys. Because, vampires and people are strange. And
nice.
Yeah, that was my thought.
That other song always makes me think
the Cry Little Sister.
Yeah. Which I read up on it because of that conversation we had. And it's about like a youth's longing to go back to home and family when they feel like they fucked up so bad they can't go back. Like that's what the dude wrote the song about.
I read that.
So
I don't get that though. When I listen to the lyrics, I don't. I get that that's what they were going for.
Look, I'm trying to be okay with the song.
Okay, I'm sorry. There are some songs like "Sign of the Times" by Harry Styles was supposed to be written about. It's like it. To me, it's about somebody dying and going to heaven. No, that's what he wrote it about, but to me, it's about just a relationship breaking up. Some meanings don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't see that, and
that's the thing about art and more. It's just. What you're trying to convey can come across differently, and
that's
of
like with paintings and writings and songs. It's just crazy, but art is unique to the beholder. I guess it really is.
Yes.
And so is magic, which is why there's so many different ways you can cleanse your house.
And you know what? You could use music if you wanted. Like, let's be clear.
Oh, you totally could.
We're talking about bluegrass, and so one, I just have to get out Trampled by Turtles. If you like bluegrass, you should check out Trampled by Turtles. So good. But think about bluegrass, and they've got those long melancholy notes, and that's perfect for cleansing, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
And I think so. I think I get why bells and whatever, but I think string music can be just as effective for cleansing purposes.
A violin, I could
violin, even a
cello,
ukulele. You could play a little ditty. It's all about the sound in the end, right?
Right. I'm sorry, you say ukulele and I'm like...
I say ukulele because one of my daughters owns one.
Well, my husband owns one, and it was like $40 fucking, and I was like, don't buy that ukulele, you're not going to use it. And guess what? He never used it. So I'm so sorry if you say ukulele and I give a face, because I'm like...
so funny.
We got her ukuleles.
No, we got her a really nice ukulele. It came with its own strap and a carrying case, and it was a brand name. She did for a while. I was actually low-key wanted to ask her if she would do our theme song.
Can she do it really well? Is she?
I don't know. I don't even know if she plays ukulele anymore. This was when she was I don't know. This was several years ago. It was Gia. So
I used to take our ukulele and write parody songs. And I love them so much. If you like Tyler Cassidy, which is the guy who wrote Art Froggy Fresh or Krispy Kreme, oh my God, he does songs like
Is it like Weird Al on the ukulele?
Yeah, like he did one that's like every president is gay. Disclaimer: I'm not saying that, but it's a funny ass song. Or he does songs like, there was one I just listened to today called Chris Hemsworth, and he was like, my girl don't want to fuck me because I don't look like you. Chris Hemsworth, you can go to hell. And it was like the whole song. He's like, I'm not a damn Avenger. I'm only 5'2". I don't walk around with a fucking hammer in my hand. Fuck you, Chris Hemsworth. And it's just him going on and on and on about like, man, fuck you, Chris Hemsworth. My wife doesn't want to fuck me because I don't look like you. And it's just really funny. He's like, I'm only worth 10 grand.
Oh my
it's
God.
so funny.
Oh, my cheeks
I just love those parody songs that he does.
Oh, that's so funny.
And they're bad too. You know, like he did one that was like when a pit bull sees a baby. And you can imagine that. They're pretty like controversial but silly. So I was doing that with our ukulele for a while. And my husband was like, you are going to get our house vandalized if you don't stop.
I love that so much.
But I love doing shit like, and I did that as I cleansed the house.
I'm just gonna talk shit to you, ghosts.
Yeah, right. Get the hell out of my house.
No more.
Like I don't even know how to play the fucking ukulele. I was just
like strumming,
right?
Right. Like if I had a ukulele, that is what I would do.
Right. I'm like, get the hell out of my house. You're not welcome here no more.
That's right.
Right. You can really do any sort of saying when you do it. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me. Get the fuck out of my house. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, I would be more respectful, but that's just me. Not everybody feels that way. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So, if you enjoyed this episode of Witches Talking Tarot, I feel like it was a little bit slightly different than our usual one, but this is a slightly different
kind of episode. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's our first tiptoe into somewhat of a witch tips kind of episode. We wanted to cover cleansing because spring cleaning was coming up, and we thought
that would be a good
why
thing.
not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly. And I feel like we covered lots of topics, like Saining. I didn't realize, like, I'm so excited that you brought that up. I'm really glad. And as for the sprays and oils and simmer pots, everything that we mentioned, I personally do all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, I do them, like, let's see. Yeah, because I mean, like, honestly, my favorite way to cleanse my altars is I keep a bell on each of my altars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I will ring the bell over it. It's one of my favorite ways to cleanse them / make an offering to said deity of, I am taking this action of cleaning away all the energy, and, you know, it's my way of honoring you today kind of thing. Yeah, maybe it's because I don't have a lighter on me. Maybe it's because I can't find my incense, but whatever, it works very well. Exactly.
It's very practical.
And I can't help but associate the whole every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings kind of thing. Like, I kind of assume the deities like a bell ringing.
I mean, I think bells and chimes are really
why would we have them around for so long?
Exactly.
The deities didn't like them.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, eventually your bells would all fucking break if they were like, guys, we don't fucking like this shit.
This is annoying as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we were trying to wrap up, but my face did a thing because I was like, I was thinking about a thing, and
I was thinking earlier about how after you do your cleansing, you could light an incense to invite that more like positive energy, because when you do a cleansing, you erase all, not just good. But we kind of discussed that with the simmer pots, you know, as cleansing and bringing.
Well, and also with the speaking points, like literally, what I do is I will tell all the bad shit to go away and just invite in all that good juju to me. And so, like, I do that all with the spoken word. And, like, that, you know, I do them together. It's not two separate actions. It's out with the old and with the new.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, so that space gets immediately filled in my head. It's almost like if you take a cup and you pour all the black paint out, and as the black paint's pouring out, the white paint's pouring in.
Yes.
That's literally how I feel, see it. It's like the bad shit's going and the good stuff is taking its place.
Well, it's like with meditation and doing like spiritual cleansing, you're breathing in the light and then you're yawning. I yawn or exhale the gunk, and then it goes right back into the universe.
Yep, to be cleansed by the ethers.
So if you liked what you heard today, give us a follow on Spotify. Or is it? Yes. If you would like to support Witches Talking Tarot, check out our Patreon, which is going to be in the description.
Yes, and since we are mentioning the Patreon, big shout out to our top tier Patreons right now, Melissa and
Dallin. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for the support.
Yes.
Also follow us on Instagram at Witches Talking Tarot.
And make sure you check out our new episodes dropping every Tuesday and Thursday.
All right. Well,
thank you so much, and thanks for sitting with us for a spell.
Yes.